Al-Hadwi is staying with Louis. Louis may not recall accompanying Sora and Irene to destroy the hologram projecting device. Sora was captured and coerced into activating the remaining devices, leaving only Irene. So he's outside the lab, helping the people in Embrium, and at that time he meets some of his family who are fans of him, and they stop him so he can teach them how to do what he does. Loyid sneaks into the facility, and he hears soldiers saying that the new fire prisoner is very dangerous, so Loyid thinks that Kai came after him and got caught. So he heads to the prison and opens the cell, but it turns out that the new prisoner is not Kai. Yaini, a girl with a power similar to Kai's, realizes she can control fire at that moment. But because Loyid is disguised as a soldier, she thinks he's one of the prison guards and attacks him while Loyid tries to explain to her that he's a ninja and that he's not from Imperium and has never even heard of it. Determined to kill him, she attempts to do so until soldiers attack her. Loyid saves her at that moment, causing her to start believing him. Or it's really clear that he's not evil and that he's on her side or anything anyway. She and Loyid at that moment land a blow on the soldiers, and after they defeat them, Loyid tells her, "Come on, let's run now." But she tells him, "No, I have to save my family first." Anyway, after a while, their friends reach the cell. When they open it, a dragon named Wife emerges. Farid says, "You saved a dragon. Let's save your family." Fael replies, "This is my family. Wife is my family now. The one who found me in the wilderness and raised me until I grew up and discovered my power. But the kingdom of Embrium kidnapped her and imprisoned me when I tried to save her." The important thing from this conversation is that she tells him that Embrium kidnaps dragons and drains their energy until they die. Farouk then tells her, "Okay, let's go now. The heat is on. All these dragons are imprisoned here before we escape." So they start opening the cells where the dragons are held, and they manage to break the wall and get out of the lab. And the only way for them to escape from Embrium is to get out through the main gate, because there's a barrier around Embrium and they won't be able to fly out of it. As they pass by, he discovers that their teachers actually despise dragons and hope to recruit them into the Embrium army to hunt dragons when they come of age. The group quickly discovers that Irene is Rayu's dragon rider and attempts to capture her. However, Anem notices Loyid and Wildfire fleeing with the other dragons and uses the chance to escape with them, as the others observe. At that moment, General Raz orders the commander to gather the soldiers at the lab. Upon their arrival, Raz places the soldiers in a hologram-like cage to board it and search for the escaped individuals. With only the scientist and magician present, Sura attacks the scientist, knocking him out. She then fights and defeats the magician before transforming into a dragon. So, where are they going? They're heading to Uncle Iron and Wei Jiao. Of course, with them at this time is Wildfire. Also, with them is their second home. So, they arrive and immediately get into a fight with the wolves. But the wolves are very strong and they can't handle them yet. When Sora tells them that she activated the hologram, but she left a loophole in it that allows them to take down all the holograms at once. The loophole is that Rayo will use his power in front of the holograms, so they all shut down. But the problem is that Rayo is actually exhausted. During the chaos, Iron was separated from his family. They help the Friends of the Empire, and they tell Sora and Iron that they must find him while Louis is fighting with the dragons. With the Defender's support, his wolf soldiers kill him. Iron and Sora discover that Rayo is imprisoned by the Empress, who plans to drain his energy and kill him as a warning to the ninjas. They realize it's nearly impossible to free him directly, and they don't even attempt to visit him in her presence. As the scientist prepares to extract Rayo's life, Sora and Iron observe her while wandering the governor's palace, uncertain of their next move. At that moment, Loyid decides to take the dragons and Wildfire and attack the Empress's palace to distract her, thinking that Iron and Sora will be able to save him. Ryokai plays PlayStation at the training center until a power outage occurs. He then hears a strange, unintelligible whisper. Kai enters the elevator, which suddenly starts descending at a terrifying speed. Kai and his friends find themselves in an abandoned, strange temple. Kai notices a yellow light whispering unintelligible things. He asks, "What do you think we'll find? A ghost or something?" Ben Ryak Alcazio questions the importance of following the ghost. After walking for some time, the light vanishes. He stands before Nia and asks, "What brought you to the training place?" She returns the question, "What brought you here?" "To the Kingdom of Clouds." She experiences the same ghost phenomenon and keeps walking until meeting Kai. In that strange place, she sees a yellow light shining above and enters it. We hear the teacher's voice saying, "The machine has to work." So Kai and Nia realize that this whole thing is connected to the teacher and that they want to activate this machine. Anyway, after they turn it on, a loud, powerful sound comes from it and it starts to get destroyed. At that moment, Zane comes out of it. He has no memory of anything since the fusion accident years ago, which is his last recollection. He interrupts his talk with Nia and Kai, saying it's a distress call from Loyid asking for help. Sora and Kryn are captured in the Embrium Fortress before they can free Rayo and Loyid. At the same time, he and Wildfire are defeated, and their situation seems dire. But suddenly, they find a strange land and a weird temple that emerges from underground without any sound. Khonsar or Momen, they find it at that moment. Zane, Nia, and Kai then emerge from the temple in the Kingdom of Embrium. Though I'm not sure how they managed to do so. I don't understand anything. Are they the ninjas themselves? They're not understanding anything, and honestly, I don't either. The important thing is that you're Zane, and you expect Zane, Nai, and Kai, Nai, who? Anyway, Zane, Nanya, and Kai, Wildfire, the Fire, Loyid, and the Dragons are descending to battle alongside the wolves and the Kingdom's soldiers following Embrium. And after such a big battle in the clouds, Zane starts considering the possibilities of their victory in the battle. And at that moment, he tells them that the front line is full of real men, and it's impossible for them to lose to these wolves because simply they will never accept defeat. That's it. You have to finish them off, and the only way to finish them off is to use his opinion. And to use his opinion, we have to stall them. The best way to stall them is with this. What matters is that they run, that they keep running, and that others run after them while things are happening. Nabi operates on his own ninja schedule, seeking to disrupt their plans. It's impossible for them to change his mind. So how are they going to get out of this problem? The director's son is the director, so don't dwell too much on any information or events you hear, right? Just focus on love and friendship. So, the important thing is that our team escaped with the dragon inside the temple they came out of. And their plan is to escape with the dragon the same way that Nia and Kai used to get to the Kingdom of Imperium. But the problem is that the energy in the temple is designed to handle humans. Not a dragon of that size, you know? Zane finds a vast energy source beneath the temple that powers it and all of Imperium. Zane and Loyid venture down under the temple to investigate. And after wandering around for a while, the guys find themselves in a secret lab in front of them. There's a huge sphere, really impressive. The Empress has imprisoned a massive dragon and is siphoning its energy, which supposedly contains an unknown form of power. He's a beast, and just one of him could destroy the entire empire. If you're wondering why he hasn't done that yet, well, that's another story. And he tells you, I heard the Empire locked him inside this sphere, preventing him from escaping or using his power from within it. How could they lock him up? Exactly. I'm just telling you what I heard. The important thing is that Loyid and Zinsa Ada decide to free him. But Zinsa Ada contacts them and tells them, don't free me. I'm the greatest criminal in the whole world of Ninjago, and my power is so immense that even the Empire tried to imprison me. The fusion event that we saw, the fusion event happened with this previous dragon. Oh, you noticed, right? So just imagine if I unleashed my full power all at once, surely all the worlds would collapse, right? Or maybe nothing would happen. So what exactly is the situation with the dragon? He transfers his power to Loyid, enabling him to act without self-harm and free the great dragon through understanding. You're the hero, you know, and really Loyid, because he's the hero, can handle all the dragon's power. And he uses it to power the temple with energy. The dragons escape while sleeping, as Kai and Nia arrive. You may wonder how they can handle the dragon's power, but it's simply because the director decided to portray it that way. So, at that moment, Sora and Eren kill Ras, and they're able to stop him from breaking Rio's cell by mistake. At that moment, Ras gives his power to Sora, which allows her to reshape the cell around Ras so that he can't move. Gaia arrives and effortlessly takes Rio. Using Rio's power, Gaia then deactivates all the holograms without difficulty. The ninjas exploit the Empress's lack of understanding and flee rapidly behind the dragons. The temple gate closes behind them, leaving the Empress behind. This matter has become very personal now, meaning it's become a personal issue. Nuno is resolute in defeating the ninjas, dismissing Ras's explanation that their target is the dragons. She angrily commands her soldiers to locate and crush the ninjas. Meanwhile, Loyid awakens in the temple alongside the ninjas and dragons after the recent events, but he notices that Irene is sad because she thought Loyid was hitting her, because the ninjas weren't around, which means now that the ninjas are back, she's relieved. But Loyid then tells him, hey kid, you have a chance to be better than all of us. How did you learn spinjitzu on your own, kid? Afterwards, they say that at that time they help people from the effects of the chains that appear once in the sky, and then they use the power of the dragons to close those chains, and then they return. Almost. The training session is repeated, and there is a problem, which is that Wildfire's everywhere. Wave is telling her to go into the bathroom, but since she understands, she became attached to the innocent one and refuses to wander far from the main roads. Wildfire, in this disgusting house. We see Zane at that time, the one who gathers the ninjas and tells them that there is a big disaster, which is the earthquakes caused by the cracks that appear in the sky. Their strength is increasing day by day, and the places where they appear are also increasing. If things worsen, the entire Earth could experience a catastrophic earthquake. So the ninjas at that time, they tell Zane they're glad they found out early to solve the problem. Zane asks how they'll solve it, and Saida asks them for the solution. I called you here to share some news. The situation is inevitable. We're all going to die. Saida stands there, shocked. Athena believes that in the Library of the Cloud Kingdom, she thought Haidar would protect the kingdom during an earthquake, but a strange force in a temple stopped him. Fanib suggests that as long as this force exists, we should call upon it. If it can stop an earthquake with the power of the clouds, then surely it can stop an earthquake with the power of the earth. So how could there be an earthquake with the power of the clouds in the first place? Sora, Irene, Wildfire, and the ninja arrive at the closed temple, unable to open it. Even Zane's attempts to solve the puzzle and open the door prove fruitless. Wildfire and Sora approach the door. Wildfire closes it, seemingly understanding the situation, then opens it effortlessly. Meanwhile, Zane remains standing before the temple as two doors open, revealing Wildfire. I want the rest. When the team opens the doors, two ghosts emerge and attack them. The team, frightened, fights back, but their attacks are ineffective against the ethereal beings. While they're all fighting each other, we see that Loyid, who noticed something, stands in front of a table and does something on it. He lights up the two ghosts on the table, and then the two ghosts merge together and become one big ghost called the Spirit of the Place. They thank the ninja for helping them, because ever since the merging happened, the story kept repeating itself, and the challenge was stuck until the ninja came. As a gift for their return, he will share the temple's story with them, which many are unaware of. A long time ago, Master Espangitsu I created another world, almost 4 worlds. But Master Espangitsu I predicted that the time of the 4 worlds would come. The event of the clash will occur when they clash. To prevent this, he sought the 7 dragon brothers, all named Dragon. The source. He asked them to do their utmost. He asked them to do their utmost, their utmost, their utmost. He asked them to do their utmost to help him, and indeed they were able to do it. 3 Dragon Balls were placed among the 4 worlds to keep them apart and prevent a fusion event from occurring, which worked for several centuries. As the first master neared his end, he advised against entrusting the great power to anyone. He hid it before departing the worlds. This led to a separation, with Master Mu searching for the power. The master was surprised when the fusion occurred prematurely, as it was too powerful and wasn't supposed to happen yet. He gathers the 3 spheres and separates the worlds. So now Ninja understands that they need to find the 3 hidden spheres in 3 places and use them to separate the worlds, so that everything goes back to the way it was for a month. Commander Ramton was sneaking in the temple and overheard a conversation, learning about the Dragon Core and its hidden locations. So Jay goes to the kingdom of Embrium, and at that time he meets the Empress, and he tells her about the Dragon Core. At that moment, the Empress's eyes light up as if she has never seen it before. The important thing is, if they are able to get hold of these cores, they will be able to harness their incredible power for energy. Please, 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 please. I swear to God, just leave the loot, please. The important thing is, if they are able to get hold of these cores, they will be able to harness their incredible power for energy. That's the current situation. We're nearing the season's end, and remember, new episodes will be released very soon. We continue for the souls. Share your inquiries about events from 5,000 years ago.